Well, good morning, YouTube friends and family. It's Frank here with yet again another glorious video. Only it's an earlier glorious video. It's overcast early in the morning on a Sunday. I think I beat the contractors, at least for the minute. I got up at the crack of dawn. Actually, I don't even know. I think I got up before the sun started to come up. And I wanted to get in to the brand new section of, where are we at? The village of Richmond. So I'm sitting in my golf cart doing this little video, just by the way. Came over to the new built section of the village of Richmond. I've been watching this for a while and I had no idea they came this far along. Actually, I kind of been focusing on other areas, right? So got the email saying that they were ready, basically. Now they still got some houses under construction, but most of these for the most part are pretty ready. This section, of Richmond, you're just a short cart ride right over to Brownwood Paddock Square. I mean, you're like 5 minutes from the square. You just come right out, you get on the golf cart path and go right over the Brownwood Bridge and you're right there at it. Super close to the square and some immediate medical area. So in this video, it's good. If it appears to be a little bit dark, that's the reason why. So I'm trying to get in here just as the sun comes up to shine some light. I don't know if any of these have been sold or not, but we're still going to ride around and let's take a look. These are designer homes, so we're going to get started because the day is already getting busy. So let's take a look at and see what they've done in this newer section of the village of Richmond. So we're going to look out over the retention pond, overlooking some of these houses that aren't done yet. So new, they still got all the dirt covering the roads. So once they clean off the roads, it's going to look really nice. Yeah, these roads still got a ways to go. There's a bunch of rocks. I see landscapers out here getting ready to do something, I think. There's the little postal station right here for this particular section of the neighborhood. Coming down on Widman Place. Widman Place. Actually, these roads are pretty muddy. We've been getting a bunch of rain. So we're going to try to take it easy right here. We don't splash. And we're about to get into the cleaner part of the street too, thank goodness. So I knew this was kind of a risk coming in here with these dirty roads. But that section we came in, that's really a much more undone area. So this neighborhood isn't fully finished, but it looks like about half of it is about ready to go. And we're going to turn down the street that doesn't have a name on it yet that I don't see. Actually, the street name, look at this, Quelly Road and something else. Windman? I don't know. Can't see it. But anyway, guys, these are brand new designer homes. This is the newly added section of the village of Richmond. They're just more of the same. But what I am noticing right off the bat is, look at the design of the houses. Look how generic they look. Now, when I say that, don't take it wrong. I'm not knocking the house or anything. They're still nice. They're brand new. Would I take one? Well, sure. But I'm comparing to many of the homes that they would traditionally do, and they have kind of, at least in here, the houses just look square, you know, square shapes and triangles. You go and ride around in many of the other villages, neighborhoods, because each village is a neighborhood, right? You ride around and you look at the houses, and there's a lot of character and charm to them, in a sense that they have, you know, curved archways, and just the houses look different than what they are doing today. All these houses in here look different from the other neighborhoods. Now, is that because are these just all brand new models, you know, all new floor plans? Maybe. But they've changed the overall look of the home from everything I've been seeing. But for some folks, they may like that and say, well, not every neighborhood should look identical to what they did 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. I think they should be doing what looks the best, whatever that is. See, we just came down this street and kind of just did a loop right there. We're going to come back and come on this other side, whatever the street is. I get people say, you know, tell us what street you're on. Well, I try to show the streets. A lot of times they're in the videos. You just kind of have to look. If I'm not mentioning it out loud, it is in there a lot of the time. Maybe not always, right? Two-car garage, golf cart garage. And guys, you cannot go into the houses. Get out right here for a second. Let's see. Try to get out right here. What I like to do is to walk. You cannot go into the homes. It's trespassing. All this land right here, all these huge lots, all this is planted St. Augustine grass. This was all sod, and look how dark green and lush it is. There's one thing that I've noticed. If you have this grass, right, which you probably do, a lot of times if your grass, I can actually still see little squares in them. If you have this grass and it goes bad and you run off to the store, don't go to Lowe's. don't go to the orange store or to the blue store because they only sell Floritam. This is Scott's Provista. It's a different St. Augustine. Some people may not care. I know these are designer homes, but I don't think all of them are designer. I think some of these could be custom built homes, you know, they were built to order. That's all nice and cut right over here, beautiful. The villages, I mean, when they plant it, it always looks great. And then when you buy the house, you have to take care of it, it ends up looking like crap. I don't understand why. I don't know if they fertilize it, but I know one thing, when the villages, when they put this sod in, they're not buying it from the orange store or the blue store. They're getting it from maybe Bethel Farms or some high quality sod farm. And the stuff that we buy as individuals, it's different. The quality isn't always as good. But we're overlooking this retention pond right here. And off in the distance, that's still Richmond. Can't see it, that's kind of be further off that way. And where that car is, that's Megason Road. There's going to be a roundabout right in here. And I'm sorry if I'm pointing and my finger seems weird. The camera is kind of like lagging behind my movements. You know, Megason. And there's a road that comes all the way over. Now looking at this retention pond, I don't see any agitation pumps going or anything. Nothing's working as far as that goes. But anyhow, this house right here, got to have a big lanai. But somebody must have had that built, obviously, you know, to custom. Big birdcage swimming pool overlooking. It's going to be nice. Actually, that house right there is going to get some really nice sunrises. And this grass is really tall. My feet are getting wet. One thing about St. Augustine, slap my shoes. This grass is not a turf grass. Okay, it's an ornamental grass. It's meant to be tall, be green and plush and looked at, not trampled on. This is not a trample on turf kind of grass. See how pretty green it is? Now, there are some imperfections here and there. Those houses are backed up to Megason Road. Yeah, oh, I like the color of that house right there. I don't know what it is, but that's pretty. Nice. Yeah, these houses are different from what you would normally see. And before we start heading out on this section, I'm gonna flip around. Actually, there's another street I think we could look at, or did we do it? Yeah, that was Quilly Road, and the street that we're on now is Widman Place. Okay, this is getting back into the muddy section. Trying to take a look on the other side. All the workers are starting to show up in this particular area. So we kind of get through this mud right here. Look at that. Woo! That's something I never do. Not to get my golf cart dirty. But it comes off. Just so we can get a peek at these houses on the other side of the street. Now if you look down this way, look at that. I lied, guys. There are going to be courtyard villas in this neighborhood. So we're looking at designer homes, maybe some customs or something as well mixed in with that. But this section right here is going to be the entrance to go into there, to a brand new courtyard villa neighborhood. And they might have some verandas right over here. So I'm looking at, so I think we're going to be coming back maybe in a couple of weeks or so, maybe longer. We're going to come back to this brand new section of the village of Richmond to take a look at these brand new courtyards. And I can see the roads curving off. And then the verandas right over here is what I'm looking at, I think. And I didn't notice, I saw the walls, but it just didn't dawn on me at the moment. Wow, this place has got a lot more going on in here than what I was thinking. So basically, this is the village of Richmond Part 2. Now, keeping in mind that, like I said, you're only a couple of minutes away from Brownwood Paddock Square, the town square. I'm kind of pulling into this little postal section right here. Now, what you don't see is a pool. From what I can see, and this is obvious, they did not put a neighborhood pool in here because, from what I'm seeing, there's no neighborhood pool in there. So I guess that means you just got to cross the street and go over to Richmond's pools over there. There's two. And these are going to be the houses coming out of the neighborhood. Two-car golf cart. Yeah, these are all just all squares and rectangles and triangles. They didn't do any curving archways, no curved walkways, or, you know, entranceways or anything. They've just kind of changed the look of the neighborhood. It's still the same quality, the same, you know, stucco home, you know, all of that stuff. Nothing there. It's just, they just, you know, redid them a little bit. That house right there's got a nice big, it looks more normal than some of these other houses where a lot of homes in the villages, they look really tight and they have short driveways. These right here are very nice large driveways. Man, you could park a bus on that one. That's going to be a nice house right there. As far as location, it's a good spot. Got a lot of room, a A lot of grass to take care of and try to keep the bugs out of. And this is looking out of the neighborhood. So I was trying to unplug something right here. That's coming out of the neighborhood right there, where my finger is. Village of Richmond, Part 2. Got the sunrise. You can see it trying to come up. A nice large retention pond right here, but they don't have any of those agitator pumps running in these ponds for some reason. I don't know if they're just not installed or ready, but nothing's running. But look at that sky, guys. Florida. Love it. Been getting a lot of rain lately. It's still very overcast. From the neighborhood now, here in the front, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get on that to head on out, and that golf cart path, my finger just doesn't line up correctly, takes you to go over the Brownwood Bridge going over to the square. So many of these homes are ready to go. They still have a lot to do yet. So actually we just got on the cart path, I'm sorry, the intermodal pathway here, leaving this new Richmond section. And there's the first section of the Village of Richmond, in case anybody's wanting to know. All that back out in there goes all the way out over there. That is the Village of Richmond. The first section that they did not too long ago. It's probably been about a year or so now. If you want the swimming pool, you're going to have to walk all the way over to go all the way over there. They have a recreation pool out there. I think it's a family pool. You know, family pool or whatever. I'm not 100%, but I also know going down the street, if you go all the way to the back, there is another neighborhood pool. So there are two pool accesses that you can use coming over from this side. And all you're going to do is just come down this path. So for what I'm seeing, there's only one way in, one way out via golf carts in this other section. And if I continue straight, you're going over to Paddock Square, which is about 2 minutes from here. Just that quick. That took maybe what, 10 seconds? We're on the other side, the west side of Megason Boulevard. And there's the first section going in. If you see out the sign right there, it'll say Village of Richmond. When you come down the cart path to go in, you're going to come over and there's the big old neighborhood. There's a swimming pool, a rec center. You've got sand volleyball courts over here. All the stuff that you need. Then the neighborhood pool is all the way further in the back, all the way at the end of that street. As we are entering towards the first Village of Richmond section. What I'll do for you guys is we're going to come in like as if, you know, we just left from that new section and we want to go swimming. Right, and we're going to come in over here, outdoor walking, exercise equipment, big over retention pond. I think I see an alligator on there. No, never mind. It's about it. But there's the rec center pool. You know what? Is it a rec center? Well, I don't know. Well, it says it brings you over, brings you all the way over here. You just come straight over here to the Clarendon Recreation and Postal Center. And in the first section, of course, you can see it's got the big, much larger, because they're covering a whole lot of, you know, bigger neighborhood. Recreation and Postal Center here. Big, large swimming pool. Now, are they considering this a family pool? I think they are, but I'm not 100% anymore. We're going to take a quick little ride just to show you some of the amenities that you are close to. Now, I've done a video on this section in the past. You got pickleball and tennis ball courts all right in here. Gazebo, picnicking area. They got outdoor exercise equipment. I see somebody on one off in the distance. And sand volleyball courts as well. That's a workout. And there are people who love them some pickleball now. And there's some courts off in there too, off in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. You can have access to shuffleboard and bocce ball courts. So really, guys, if you're interested in that brand new section of Richmond, what I'm calling Richmond number 2, you're still in close proximity to all your amenities right here via golf cart. It won't take you but 30 seconds. I mean, literally, get in your golf cart, ride your bike, whatever you're going to do, and you're over into a pool within a few moments. So it's really not a bad deal. Village of Richmond continued across the street. That's all it is. Very nice area. And it's super close to the Brownwood Square, as I've mentioned. And you're right off of Megason Road and near State Road 44, which is quite busy. That takes you out going towards not only just the town squares or the square, but to McDonald's, Spar Warehouse, you know, agricultural hardware store kind of place. I think they're building a new Chipotle over there. I think that's what I heard. There's the back of those houses. This is the new section.